Okay, hi there everyone, my name's Chris and I like to draw stuff, and today I'll show you how to draw Jesus, Mary and Joseph ready to put into your Christmas nativity scene. So you might want to draw a Christmas card or a picture or a poster or just draw something, but what's better around Christmas than drawing these guys? Now, just thinking what I need to do. Just planning ahead. So in previous episodes, which you can check out from my channel, I've taken you through how to draw a sheep, a donkey, and a shepherd. So we're going to do something a little bit different with these guys. So we're not just recycling a shepherd again and again. Obviously Mary will look decidedly different. These guys will be sort of kneeling, and they're going to be overlapping each other, and Mary's going to be holding baby Jesus. So there's a few different things to take into account here, but we're going to keep it simple. We're just roughing out where they should go at the moment. Now, as I'll say probably in every single video I make, you can do this, but just keep it simple. Just you build up your structure, simple shapes. I bet I'm going to have people I know telling me that eventually. Just keep it simple. Build things up with simple shapes. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so I'm just roughing out the right idea. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just pause in a minute, just go over what I've done. Now eventually we'll have, in the next video, all being well, we'll have Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus in a manger, and then we can put a stable around and then add all the elements in. So we'll have a sheep, a shepherd, a donkey in there as well, and a star. And then that's something that you can colour in and display proudly. I'm getting some nice feedback on these videos. I'm finding it's adults who are drawing these, so as well as I had a lovely picture from one child, which is really good. Show how they're doing. But yeah, adults are coming back to me on this and enjoying it as well, it seems. So there you go. These videos are for all ages, because drawing is an essential skill. I think it's underrated. It's essential. If you can show your ideas instead of try and use words to explain things all the time, it saves an awful lot of time. Okay, so I'm just going to pause and explain what I've done a little bit. So what I've done is I've made a circle for Mary's head. I'm just giving her a pointy chin because she's looking down. And then so I know where to put her eyes, you tend to do a line down the middle of the face that way, just a rough line, and just a rough line halfway up the face. There, and then you can work out, her nose should begin here along this line. And go there. So you know that's where her nose should go. And you know with her eyes, if she's looking down at Jesus, they should look somewhere like that. You just mark out roughly where they should go. And that also tells me that now her hair needs to come down a bit more like this. But we're just going to make her hair really simple. And don't be afraid to treat these lines you know, every line you make isn't the final one. It's fine. Just treat it as if you're using plasticine and moulding it and changing things around as you draw it. Okay, so we got kind of a water droplet shape for her head, a water drop with a pointy chin around there. And then we've just taken a curvy line outside the circle that we drew earlier, just to make her hair, like that. You can kind of do your own thing with the hair, really. Doesn't have to look exactly like this. We're going to keep the hand simple. I'm just making it go to a point so it cradles the baby Jesus there. We're not drawing all the details. I might just draw a little line like that for a thumb. Yeah, that's good. And a nice curvy line there. Okay, so you've got a nice line around here, attaching to the hand almost. And the hand sweeps around in one movement all the way around. Nice curves. Comforting. How's that? I like curves in design like that. There's some cartoons which really use all lovely sweeping curves. Just brings the eye down. There. So really her body is a rectangle, and then we've put another kind of sort of wonky rectangle there and another rectangle here for her legs. Now as for Joseph, we're going to bring, again, do that line, and we're going to make sure his eyes line up with Jesus there. So we'll just do the eyes around here. Now you might have to try and do dots for eyes in several different places to get them where you want, but you can see, okay, he's looking down there, she's looking down there. And give him a slight square nose just to be a bit different. I'm trying to give him more of an oval head. Kind of a semicircle, half oval there for the ears. Now, for the ears, kind of try and match them up with like the nose. So the nose and the ears are kind of on a line. And the top of the eyes kind of line up with the top of the ears. That's what usually works for me. And then, because now his neck is a bit further back, I'm just going to bring his shoulder down here. A nice sweeping arm like that. I'm going to keep his hand simple. Just a semicircle there. Nice sleeve. I'm going to give him a belt. I'm just going to have his arm on Mary there. His hand supporting. And then we're just going to do more straight lines for his face. There, I like that. Bit of a smile. And then for the hair, what I like doing is doing a bit of a messed up. Because let's face it, he's either being super trendy or he was a shepherd and wouldn't have had the sharpest haircut. There's shepherds. What am I talking about? He wasn't a shepherd, he was a carpenter. I do know that they weren't very well off, that they were living in poverty at the time. So this is certainly not where you'd expect, the type of family you'd expect a king to be born into. I'm just going to do lines like this. So they're going to be kneeling in straw or hay, or they're in a stable, remember? So, you know, this will be the most comfortable thing they have is the animal's smelly bedding. No. So it was unusual even in those days for this to happen. Okay. And I think we're ready to ink. So, I always tend to start with the eyes. Once you've got the eyes in, you can sort of, once you've got the eyes and the nose in, you can then shape the face around it a bit better, adjust the face if you need to, and then adjust the rest of the body. But the eyes and the face and the smile, they're kind of where most of the expression comes in. And once you've got expression, you've got a bit of life in the picture. Quite hard to get some thin lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thin her face a little bit. And make her hair a little bit more. You know, she's tired, she's been travelling, now she's given birth, she's in a stable. But she's happy. Give her a little smile. She's joyful. But she's tired. She's not. She's not looking at her most refined. That's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to try and do a nice little circle for baby Jesus' head. A little bit of hair, a little tuft of hair, a little eye. There might be an awkward pause in this video because as I was drawing baby Jesus' eye, I realised I haven't quite got it right. And that's something that if you're going to send some finished artwork to someone to use in a book or a Christmas card, there'll always be time to tidy up the details. So I may as well show you the fact that it doesn't matter how many times you've drawn something, and it doesn't matter how many times or how many years you've been drawing. Oh, everyone makes Tipexable mistakes. So there we are, correcting fluid, Tipex, whatever you want to call it. Just applied a bit there so that I can go back when that's dry and draw in a proper eye. Something that looks a bit better. Now I'm just going to do a nice curve around here. And of course, if I was using a computer, I'd just wipe that out. That eye would be easy to correct, no problem. So everyone does it. There we go, it's a bit better. Now, ideally I should have done Joseph first because now I've got to avoid smudging anything with Mary and Jesus in it. So we'll just go very carefully. Don't want the lines to be too thick with this pen. There we are. Always like drawing the hair. So yeah, do whatever kind of hair you like. Usually I just keep it fairly simple, but bearing in mind he was a shepherd, so he wasn't a shepherd, he was a carpenter. How many times have I read this story and I still think he's a shepherd? No, I don't mean that. I mean he's a carpenter. I genuinely don't think he's a shepherd. It's just silly. It's a bit like saying Noah and the Ten Commandments. Okay, here we are. His arm supporting Mary there. Saying well done. Okay. if anything, take from this that you can make mistakes when you draw and you can go back and correct it, no problem. Also take into the fact that Christmas holiday is a much needed rest. And maybe don't write any historically accurate reports during the Christmas holiday. You might call a shepherd a carpenter. Oh dear. Right, just doing lots of lines here to represent the straw. I could probably make that a nice border for the picture actually. You don't need to draw every line available, you just a bit of space just suggests that there's something there, and if you were to colour that in pencil crayon or whatever, you'd then have a nice strawy bed there. Just gives the illusion of straw without drawing all of it. So nesting in straw like that. The very final touch, I think, will be getting the eye right. Yeah, I'm not going to do any more with the eye. I think that's fine. What I would do is, if I were to colour this in, I think that's something that you can do later. First of all, I'd rub out the pencil lines. Using a razor, just go over all the pencil lines once the ink and the Tipp-Ex is dry, and then you can colour how you see fit. Get some colouring pencils, felt tips. But what I would do is I'd just give him the impression of a beard. So just do some lines to shade his face a bit more, and the rest would be erased. So that's how to do baby Jesus, Mary and Joseph. And in the next video, we'll be able to do all of the elements all together. So we'll have one big scene with things overlapping each other, and yeah, a good little picture for your nativity scene. Okay, if you made it this far, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe for more, and there'll be links to the other videos so that you can see those as well. I'll also put a link to my website in so you can see what else I get up to, and the book I've drawn, if you're interested in that. But until then, keep going, and see you in the next one.